thick due to the nearness to the sun. Actually, presented to Earth. Same phase of the moon is always presented to Earth. The moon. Actually, the main season period of revolution of the moon around the Earth is the same as its period of rotation around its own axis is same with the period of revolution around the Earth. Presently 27.5 days. As a result of the phenomena, only one part of the moon is visible to an observer on Earth's surface, and the other part is always away from the view of the observer. Only 59% of the moon's surface is visible at the Earth, and remaining 41% is never visible to us. Among the following, which planet takes maximum time for one revolution around the sun? Jupiter takes maximum time 11 years 86 days for revolution around the sun. The Earth takes 65 days, Mars 87 days, and Venus 67 days. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the sun and the largest in the solar system. It is a gas planet. It probably has a rocky core of heavier elements. But like the other giant planets in the solar system, it lacks a well-defined solid surface. The Earth is the densest of all the planets. Earth is the densest of the all planets in solar systems. Yeah. Earth is the densest of all planets in our solar system. The density of the Earth is 5.52 gram per centimeter cube. Earth is the densest of all the planets. Earth. The density of the Earth is Mercury 5.4, Earth 5.52, Venus 5.2 gram, Mars 3.9, Jupiter 1.3, Saturn 0.7 gram, Uranus 1.3 gram, Neptune 1.6. Density of the Sun is 1.4. The Sun contains 70% of the mass. Composition element, predominant element in the composition of Earth is iron, 35%, while that of the Earth is crust is oxygen, 46%. Oxygen 46%. Iron 35%. Sun contains 99% of the mass of the solar system. The diameter of the Sun is 109 times that of the Earth. The densest of all planets. Densest of all the planets in our solar system. Density of the Earth is 5.52, Mercury 5.4, Venus 5.2, Mars 3.9, Jupiter 1.3, Saturn 0.7, Uranus 1.3, Neptune 1.6, 1.41. Sun contains 90% of the mass of the solar system. Mass. Artificial satellites are always launched from the Earth in the eastward direction. Artificial satellites are always launched from the Earth in the eastward direction. Artificial satellites are always launched from the Earth. Actually, it's always launched from the Earth. Always eastward directions. But R is false. A is true. Artificial satellites are always launched from the Earth in the eastward directions. Satellites are always launched from the Earth in the eastward directions. It is due to the fact that Earth rotates from the west to east. west to east, which makes it geosynchronous. Geosynchronous. The escape velocity of 1.2 meter per second given by the booster of the rocket is nothing to do with the direction of launching the satellite. 1.2 meter per second given by the booster of the rocket is nothing. Sun is halo is produced by the refraction of light in. Sun halo is produced by the refraction of light in. Sun halo is produced by the refraction of light in. Sun halo is produced by the refraction of light. Sun halo is produced by the refraction of the light in ice crystalline cirrus clouds. Refraction cirrus clouds. Sun halo is produced. A halo is a ring of light that forms around the sun or moon as the sun moon light refracts off ice crystals present in a thin veil of cirrus clouds. The halo is usually seen as a bright white ring, although sometimes it can have a color. Sun halo is produced by the refraction of the light and ice crystal in cirrus clouds. A halo is a ring or light that forms around the sun or moon, as the sun or moonlight refracts off ice crystals present in the thin veil of cirrus clouds. The halo is usually seen as a bright white ring, although sometimes if the stars are seen to rise perpendicular to the horizon by an observer, it is located on the If the stars are seen to rise perpendicular to the horizon by an observer, stars are seen to rise perpendicular to the horizon by an observer, he is located on the sun. Halo is produced by the refraction of light and ice crystals. Cirrus cloud. A halo is a ring cirrus. Actually, it is stars are seen to perpendicular to horizon of an observer. Actually, if an observer sees stars perpendicular to the horizon, then he is located on the equator. Because the celestial equator is an imaginary circle around the sky directly above the Earth's equator, 90 degrees from the pole. All the stars rotate in a path that is parallel to the celestial equator. Stars are seen to rise perpendicular to the horizon. He is located on the existence of human life on Venus in high. What is the average distance approximately between the sun and earth? Average distance 15 crore kilometers. Changing throughout the year, changing 150 into 6 kilometer, 15 crore kilometer, 15 koti crores. Actually, total land area of Earth 1475 lakh square kilometer. Ratio of air to water 1.3. Earth water in the Pacific Ocean 361 million square kilometer. Pacific Ocean water is 30% oceanic water constitute almost our surface. Pacific Ocean largest of Earth 30%, 361 million. If an observer See the star perpendicular to the horizon, then he located on the equator. It is because the celestial equator is an imaginary circle around the sky. Among the following was the first to state that the earth was spherical. Greek philosopher Aristotle first to state that earth was spherical. Earth spherical. Earth was spherical. Book on the heavens in 350 BC. Aristotle several instruments in 350. All of the ships disappear first when they sail over the horizon. Earth cast a round shadow on the moon during a lunar eclipse. Different constellations are visible at different latitudes. Constellations are visible different latitudes. Ship sailing from the eastern extremely of the Aleutian Island Dutch cross 180 meridian at 23:30 hours. 1st January 1999. What time that will be recorded by the captain of the ship in his diary after 1 hour journey from the point of crossing of the meridian. Ship sailing from the eastern extremity of the Aleutian Island Dutch crosses 180 meridian from the point of crossing of the meridian will be 2nd January 30 hours 12:30. It is because after crossing the meridian, international deadline next day and time will follow. The Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation, that's 60 degree longitude. Earth covers 15 degree for longitude every hour. So 1 degree longitude takes 4 minutes. 1 hour 60 minutes, so 50 degree per hour, 4 minutes per longitude, 15 degree. So this time that will be recorded 23 hours plus 1 hour. 1 hour. 2nd January. (180 degree). The captains. After 1 hour journey. After 1 hour. From point of crossing of the meridian. After 1 hour. Take 2nd January. Which one of the following scholars suggest the Earth origin from gases and dust particles? Earth origin from the gases and dust particles. O. Schmidt, the scholar who suggests the Earth origin from the gases and dust particles, is a Russian scientist. He propounded the interstellar dust hypothesis. According to this hypothesis, our sun during its galactic revolution captured the dark matter of the universe, which was composed of gaseous cloud and dust particles. And had it owns angular momentum. The scholar was suggest the Earth origin, gases and dust particles. Actually, according to this hypothesis, our sun during a galactic revolution captured the dark matter of the universe, which is composed of gaseous cloud and dust particles. Had its own angular momentum. Later, this dark matter started revolving around the primitive rotating sun into the disk form. The intense heat of the sun dispersed the gaseous particle towards the margin of the disk. With the passage of the time, these embryos, the early stage of development before birth, capture more and more matter and thus grew its size to become asteroids. Earth origin from gas and dust particles. Russian scientist Os Bindit. He propounded interstellar dust particles. He is a Russian scientist. Dust hypothesis. According to the hypothesis, sun during in galactic revolution captured the dark matter of the universe. 10 m standard time. International standard time. Then what would be the local time at Shillong, 92 degree east? 5:30. International time 92 degree east. Actually, Shillong 92 east longitude Indian standard time 5:30 hours ahead of the Great Meridian. So, east longitude. If 9:30 degree add up 1 to travel 1 degree takes 4 minutes. So 9 degree 30 minutes. Takes 38 minutes. First, the standard time 10 am. The local time Shillong 38 minutes. 38 minutes. The smallest planet of the solar system. Smallest planet of the solar system. Smallest. Pluto. Neptune, Pluto. Largest planet of the solar system, Jupiter. And planet nearest to Sun, Mercury. Planet second from the Sun in the solar system, Venus. Pluto. As per recent study, Pluto lost its status planet of the solar system. 2006, International Astronomical Unit reclassified as a dwarf planet. Largest planet of the solar system, Jupiter, is the fifth planet from the Sun. Second planet, Sun, solar system, Venus. Nearest planet, Sun, Mercury. Mercury became the smallest planet in the solar system. It is only slightly larger than Earth's moon. Larger than Earth's moon. When there is noon in the first meridian, people on another place of the earth are taking their morning tea. First meridian, people on another place. When there is noon at International Standard Time meridian, people are another place of earth. Morning tea at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. No. 6 o'clock. The longitude of the place is 7 degree 30 minutes west. Since Earth makes one complete rotation 360 degree, 24 hours, it passes 50 degree 1 hour. 50 degree 1 hour. 6 o'clock. The Earth rotates from west to east. In given case, it is noon at GMT 5:30 hours westward. 5:30 hours westward in west. 7:30. Statement. Actually, want to asteroid are in rocky debris, rocky asteroid. Varying size orbiting the sun. Most of the asteroids are small but small. Most of the asteroids are small but some have diameter as large as 1000 km. Asteroids small. Asteroids also called minor planets. These are rocky remains left over from the early formation of our solar system about 4.6 billion years ago. Following present in the largest amount of terms of percent by mass of Earth crust. Largest amount of term of percent. Oxygen 47%. form of oxygen present in the largest amount in terms of percent by mass in the earth. The second most abundant element in silicon, 27%. Third abundant element, aluminum, 8%. In the earth crust. Silicon, 27%. Third abundant element in aluminum, 8%. The earth crust is the upper rigid part of the lithosphere. Earth crust is upper rigid part, which is very thin, accounting for less than 1% of earth volume. Largest amount in terms of percent by mass in earth. Second most abundant element, silicon, 27% abundant element. Aluminum, 8%. Earth crust is the upper rigid part of the lithosphere. Earth crust, which is very thin, accounting for less than 1% of the earth volume. Very thin, accounting for less than 1% of the earth. Following condition is most relevant for the presence of life on Mars. The most relevant condition for the presence of life on Mars is occurrence of ice caps and frozen water. It is due to the fact that the same situation on the Earth are also supposed to support the primitive forms of life. Most relevant condition for the presence of life on the Mars is occurrence of ice caps and frozen water. It is due to the fact that the same situation on the Earth are also supposed to support the primitive forms of life. The most relevant condition for the presence of life on the Mars. One of the following stars is nearest to Earth.